Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Good morning. So, I wanted to tell y'all a story time about the time that I got jumped by one of my girlfriend's siblings. And when we're making love. So, me and this girlfriend at the time was kind of going through it. We was partying really heavy. We was drinking really heavy, but we had issues with her brothers. Like she would always complain to me and tell me like they always want money from me. They always want to stay with me. They always want me to go out, but I don't want to go out. I want to, work on my relationship, work on my drinking, so on and so forth. However, she was telling me this, but come to find out, long story short, she was pretty much telling them that I was the reason why she didn't want to go out. I was the reason why, like I was the cause of her slowing down drinking. And so, I did notice the shift, like with her siblings. Like, we were all really cool. Like, I noticed that everything kind of like slowed down or whatever. I didn't know much about her younger brother, but her middle brother, I mean we were so incredibly close. Like we talked all the time. We both were cancers or whatever. Like if he have issues with his girlfriend or his, baby mama or whatever, we will always have really good conversations. He was just so cool. We was almost like besties. Like he was just real cool. And so I remember one particular night we had all got dressed looking good, smelling good, and we had went to this bar. It was a new bar in Montgomery. It was kind of like New Orleans themed, and they were having like a big shindig. It was a lot of people there. So we had went, we had a few drinks, we was having a good time. And I had stopped. I was talking to a girl that I haven't seen in like forever. And so we were laughing, we was talking, and I looked around and my girlfriend was gone. So I hate that. Like when you're in the club or whatever and you look around and the people you came with, like they disappear. Like everybody scattered in like their own little way or whatever. And so me and her, we finished our conversation. And at first, she was trying to help me find. I was like, well, girl, I don't want to distract you from having a good time out. And we hugged. And I told her I'll see her later. So I done looked all around the club, looked upstairs, looked downtown, looked downstairs. I done looked like they had like this little balcony or whatever. I looked out there and I had seen that everybody that I came with was standing by the car. And so I go downstairs and I walked out the door. The security guard was like, hey, where are you going? I was just like, the people I ride with are standing outside. He was like, if you go out, you can't come back in. I was just like, I said, why couldn't I come back in? He was just like, because we got a lot of people running in and out. And I was just like, well, I'm literally just going and see if we're leaving. And I said, I'm coming right back. I was like, I'm not trying to pay again. He was like, all right, you got 5 minutes. So, okay, cool. So I go out and I get by the car. And of course, I greet my girlfriend. I give her a hug. I was like, hey, baby, you left me. I was like, what's going on? And she was like, I'm just gonna call her younger brother Anton. Anton, he getting one of his moves. And I was like, moves? Like, what is a move? Like, I'm thinking like, what is a move? Like, I don't know anything about a mood because she was acting real like sketchy, like dramatic, like. And I'm like, okay. And I was just like, well, what's going on? And then she just like telling me about what's happening, telling me about how he get it in these moods and how he love to argue, so on and so forth. And so he came up, I greeted him. I was like, hey, son. I gave him a hug and they were talking or whatever. But then they started arguing. My first mistake was trying to stop siblings from arguing, I feel like. And I was just like, wait, y'all, let's not do that here. Trying to be the fucking peacemaker. Girl, I'm trying to be the fucking peacemaker. That boy looked at me and say, bitch, I don't like you no way. And he cocked his motherfucking fist back. And he fucking punched me in my fucking face. Girl, when I tell you, I was so fucking stunned. Like, I didn't got hit. And I'm fucking so shocked. I'm not realizing, bitch, you're in an actual fight. Girl, I remember hitting the fucking ground, and it's almost like I was in a daze almost, because I was just so shocked that he hit me. I was so shocked. And so I'm trying to fucking fight back, and it's almost like he's like a wild fucking banshee. And I remember seeing my girlfriend like in tears saying, oh my God, I can't believe he doing this. But the whole time I'm like, bitch, help me. Like, help me. And so I don't know. I blacked out. I don't know. What happened, but I ended up getting him off of me. And I go to her and I'm just like, you didn't fucking help me. How you gonna let him jump on me? And she was like, I was trying to tell you, when he get like this, he da 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 da. I was like, bitch, no. You were we started arguing. And I'm like, bitch, no, you did not fucking tell me that he jumped on y'all asses. You didn't fucking tell me that. I'm trying to be the fucking peacemaker, but the whole while, y'all, he's fighting me. We're fighting now. We're fist fighting in the parking lot at the club. And the whole while he's telling me like, bitch, fuck you. I don't like your ass anyway. You trying to keep my sister from me and blah, 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 blah. And so at this point, I just have my granny in my head like, you hit that head, that ass gonna die. And so I'm just trying to, because mind you, this is my first time ever like really, really fighting a boy. Like really fighting a boy. And I'm realizing like his blows are strong, but I can take them, right? And at that point, they pulled us apart, because I feel like at that point I was getting the best of him. But I almost feel like at that point it was like a show. I don't feel like anybody was immediately trying to break it up. I feel like once they realized that I was gonna severely hurt him, then they tried to break it up. And at that point, I didn't trust anybody. I didn't trust my girlfriend. I didn't trust her family at that point. And I remember getting home and I locked everybody out. Like, I locked all the doors. I put the couch in front of the front door, because I didn't know who I could trust. I remember calling my brother. He called my cousins. He called my stepbrother. And they was on the ride, baby. They was on the ride looking for their asses. You hear me? And when I had told my girlfriend that I had called my brother, she was so scared. And they was trying to hide her little brother. And they did. They hid him from my family, because they were going to hurt him. They were going to do what I was unable to do. And it wasn't like I had black eyes or anything like that, but I did have scratches or whatever. And so I ended up letting my girlfriend in the house, and she was just like, oh my God, babe, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know that was going to happen. And I was like, you a motherfucking lie. You told me when he get like this is how he act. I was like, but you didn't fucking try to protect me. You didn't try to do anything to help me. You was standing around crying versus throwing a fucking punch. And she was like, I chose you over my brother. I'm here with you. And that's what I hate about people, y'all. It don't matter if that's your girlfriend, that's your spouse, that's your husband, that's your friend. Once a person make a distinction that they chose you, the right thing to do, versus what they wanted to do, they're not the person for you. Never fucking trust them. Never, ever, ever fucking trust them, because they're letting you know very fucking blank, like, bitch, I'm here, but I would rather be there. Right? Because if somebody had your best interest at heart, they're never gonna fucking say like, I chose you which you know fucking unknowingly I did nothing to provoke that boy. You know unknowingly, well, you know that I didn't do anything but try to say, y'all, let's get in the car. Let's not argue out here, right? Because mind you, the security guard is waiting on me. And thank God the security guard, when I, stood up and they, separated us, it was the security guard. The security guard is who the fuck was helping me. And I knew then, I never fucking lay down with a person who will ever have you questioning their loyalty. Ever. Be mindful of your company. Be mindful of who you sleeping with. And that's my story time of me being jumped by my girlfriend's family.